Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with the DRF race of the day for Monday, September the 26th. It's race number 3 at Assiniboia Downs. Nickel maiden claimer for 3-year-olds and up, going 5.5 furlongs. I'll be back with the full preview after this brief message.
Want to view free Formulator past performances for this race? Head to the Race of the Day page at DRF.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel and bet this card with DRF Bets.
Here's the field for race number 3 at the Downs, and it is a big Monday evening at the Downs because the Pick 5 jackpot pool has already carried over to over $466,000 going into the Monday evening program. The kickoff leg of the jackpot Pick 5 on Monday, race number 4, the Buffalo Stakes. The $1 Pick 4 is back for race number 5. That's a popular wager because it has a $50,000 guaranteed pool. A little warm-up action before those two big pools. Race number 3, 5.5 furlongs. It's a $5,000 maiden claimer. A lot of little different aspects in this race. You've got lightly raced horses. You've got horses with good amounts of early speed. You've had horses that have had plenty of chances to win at this level, haven't just yet, but have run very competitive Beyer speed figures. Breaking towards the inside is a horse that owns 2 of those 3 assets. That's always the Little One, lightly raced with speed. He only raced once. It was the race we're going to show you right now, and he showed big early speed from the far outside post as the only first-time starter in this field, and he takes him all the way down to the line, grimly battling and finishing a solid second. A very promising debut for always the Little One. So lightly raced, plenty of upside potential, plenty of early speed, although he might have to deal with the likes of the number 6, he's the chairman, in the early portion of this race. Always the Little One will need a Beyer boost. He only earned a 27 Beyer speed figure for his debut, but again, he's so lightly raced, you can easily project improvement, and I think he should improve in his second lifetime start. The number 2 is Bennybob. This is a Saskatoon bred who raced against open company like this 2 starts back, and in that race, he was outpaced a bit early, mid-pack. He swung widest turning into the stretch, and he didn't change leads, and he finished an even 6th. And him not changing leads, well, that's just him, as we can see in his most recent start against restricted nickel claimers. This race over a sloppy track. He showed better early speed in this race to track the pace. He gets to the outside. He's trying hard. He's just floundering on his left lead, and he isn't gaining the necessary ground. If the pace is slow, he'll be close. I think this pace is going to be fast for this level. Expect Bennybob to revert to the tactics of 2 starts back, where he set off the pace and tried to come with a run. If this pace falls apart, Bennybob can get a piece, at the very least. The 3 is Mosie's on Main, and Mosie's on Main is a horse that had a little bit of trouble in his most recent start. He's lightly raced, and he's yet to really figure out the gait. He doesn't break well in many of his races. His most recent start, he broke slowly in an open nickel, a very similar spot as this. He hustled up, but was outpaced along the inside. I don't think he cared for the inside. And he ended up saving ground all the way into the stretch. He was very late to change leads, and then he wound up in traffic as he was beginning to wind up his rally late in the game. All in all, he was only beaten a length. I think this horse has a lot of upside potential, and I believe the fast pace is going to play very well for a horse that can come from off the pace. Mosie's on Main had a little bit of trouble. He's still a little bit green and learning, but he might be a fair price on the tote. He's 6-1 on the morning line. Lennox the Great is the number 4. This horse has only raced once. It came over a sloppy track. He finished behind Bennybob. You can easily make the excuse of A, it was a sloppy track in his career debut and he didn't like it. B, he was saddled with an intimidating inside post position. He didn't break very well. Those are fine excuses. The problem is he just didn't run very well that day. He never really picked up his feet. He's going to have to do a lot better as he jumps up into the open ranks. Chester G is the number 5, another horse making his second lifetime start, and he finished behind Steely Caper, who's also in this race in Chester G's career debut. And in that race, Chester G just didn't show much run going 5/8 of a mile. He was outsprinted in the early portion of the race, and then was one paced around the track. He only earned a 16 Beyer speed figure. Again, we can project upside for these lightly raced horses. He's going to have to improve by leaps and bounds. The 6 is he's the chairman, and a big angle in maiden claiming races is to bet horses dropping in class with good early speed, and he's the chairman fits the bill. He's now in for the $6,250 tag. He was in for 12.5 last time out, and as is his usual tactic, he went right to the early lead in that race. He set a 3-ply pace down on the inside while pressured by 2 other horses, and he ended up tiring, and he just doesn't finish. and that's my concern with He's the Chairman. His gallop outs are not good. He is a tired horse at the end of all of his races, and he might have to deal with some speed to the inside with always the Little One. He's the Chairman is fast. This drop in class works very well for him. He's coming out of a pretty live race that produced a couple of next out winners. He'll be in the thick of things turning into the stretch, if not outright on the lead. It's just that I don't love the way he finishes up his races. He's lacked stamina thus far. He's also a short price on the morning line at 9-5. Steely Caper is the number 7. He's a short price as well, and can you really trust him? He's had 16 chances already to graduate, to no avail. Now, he's hit the board in half of his races. He's a usable horse in the exotics. He has plenty of buyer speed figures that make him competitive, and in his last start for this level, 2 starts back, he only got beat ahead. A race in which he was tracking 4 wide, attacked on the outside on the turn, late to change leads, and second best to the favorite, finishing just ahead of a more troubled Mosie's on Main. His most recent start, Steely Caper, was in for the 10. He chased the pace and was just no match for the horse on the lead, the favorite that took them gate to wire. He drops, he has good tactical speed, he's likely to work out a nice trip tracking the speeds from the outside. Steely Caper, though, another horse that at a short price might not have the upside of some of the others. Before we get to my top pick, please click the subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for all the latest DRFTV video franchises. And for my top selection, I'm going to go with the 3, Mosie's on Main. 6-1 in the morning line. Thought this horse had a little bit of traffic trouble last time out, trying to rally down towards the inside. And I believe the pace setup will be there for him this time around at 5.5. Mosie's on Main for me in the Monday race of the day. Lots of action at the Downs. Consider that pick 5 jackpot beginning in race number 4, the Buffalo Stakes. $466,000 going into Monday. Best of luck.